Are you tired of your state? Are you thinking about moving somewhere else? Well, that was me just a couple of weeks ago. I don't know how I did it, but I decided to move from California all the way to Florida. And it happened so fast in just a matter of a week. And the crazy thing about it is that it's literally on the other side of the country. On the country part where the biggest hurricane just hit. And I made that decision in just a matter of a week. Hi guys, welcome to my journey to becoming a millionaire. My name is Chris Mo. If you don't know me, I do $1 to $2 million in construction sales, got a 6-figure income, some passive investments, and I got nothing to sell you. You see, I make these videos so I can document my life towards becoming a millionaire so my grandchildren can know who I am, and hopefully this can inspire others to start their own journey. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining the reason why I decided to move all the way from California to Florida and how I made that decision in just a matter of a week. I'm going to go into detail on my whole entire thought process on how I managed to move from one state to the other, and I'll tell you exactly step by step how I managed to do all of this and still manage my whole entire ATM business on the whole entire other state. So without further ado, let's get started. You see, before moving to Florida, I lived in Los Angeles my whole entire life. And to be honest with you, I loved it in LA. I really had no reason to leave whatsoever besides the fact that I was bored and I wanted to change things up. You see, one thing that I noticed in life is that once you're done with school, whether it's high school or college, you have to make the big decision on deciding what you want to do for the rest of your life. And once we decide on that, if you pay close attention to that, you'll notice that it gets really repetitive. Most people don't notice this until a couple years later. I noticed this in just a couple of few years. However, what most people don't do is create change and do anything about that. I have always been the type to always want to create change. I didn't want to be like everyone else. So I took a chance and I flew out to Florida. I just didn't want to be bored. So why Florida, right? Well, to be honest with you, because of the Hurricane Ian. You see, I love what I do, which is just selling residential construction to homeowners. With the current storm that just hit, although it was bad, for us as contractors, it was the perfect time and the perfect opportunity to make the move. Just because every contractor out here was short-staffed and they needed people to fill in those roles. This was my chance to see if I can make it out here in Florida. So how did I do it? Especially in such a short amount of time. You see, the hurricane just hit just a couple weeks ago, and I decided to move the day it was already done. Trust me, it was quick, but it was planned. My thought process went like this. You see, I had to answer a couple of questions before I made the move. Just a couple of common questions like, why can't I move? Why should I move? How am I going to get a job? How am I going to pay for bills? Ultimately, can I do all of this? So to answer the first question, why can't I move? In reality, the only reason I couldn't move or why I wasn't going to be able to move was because I had bills like rent, but honestly, I was on a month-to-month basis, so I just needed to find the solution of someone moving in there. Which the other reason why to that question is who's going to run my ATM business, which is really the only two things that were holding me back from making the move. The perfect solution came to me when I found someone, my brother, to take care of both of those things for me. So that question was answered. Why should I move? That was the next question I had to answer for myself. And in reality, it was because I was bored. I mean, if I really think about it, I was going to be doing the same thing over and over and over again. I wanted change, going to a whole nother state, challenging myself to not only be alone and try to make something of myself, but to prove to myself that I can do this anywhere and at any time and make the most amount of money that I possibly can, because I am a contractor. So technically the way I get paid is through jobs. And right now there's a bunch of work out here. There's so much job for contractors. So it was a really great opportunity, not only for my mental state, but for my financial state as well. And for those other questions like how am I going to be able to afford this? Where am I going to live? Where am I going to work? Well, because there's so much work here, being a contractor, there was literally a bunch of companies out here just looking for salesmen. I went ahead and just interviewed them. I asked questions, found out which one I thought was the best thing, and it was the easiest process. So I decided to just work for another company out here. And that's just the simple, quick explanation. I know you guys clicked on this thing so you guys can get the step by step. So let's get real into it. So it was easy. To be quite honest with you, all I really had to do was hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. If you haven't done so, please, it does help me out a lot with my YouTube algorithm. But all jokes aside, how did I do it? How did I reach out to another country? How did I think of all this in just a matter of a week? And how did I just pack up everything in less than a week and move to a whole entire other country, right? That's what you guys clicked on this video. One of the things that I tell everyone that they underestimate is Facebook groups. People underestimate Facebook groups. If you are not already in Facebook groups, following groups that you will have the same hobbies, that are part of your job, that are part of the same community, people don't understand that Facebook is not dead. A lot of my generation, a lot of these younger folks like my age, Generation Z, we think that Facebook is dead, but it's really not. Facebook is all about community. Facebook groups build community. They build community not only where you live, but all the way through the whole entire country. As a matter of fact, the whole entire world. So if you're my age and you think Facebook is dead, think again. Facebook is not dead. Maybe it's not the same as Instagram or TikTok, but it's a completely different world where it's really, really active. You see, all I really did was go on these Facebook groups, which I'm a part of. I went on my roofing groups, roofing sales groups, and I just typed in there basically who I was. All I did was make a post. I said, hey, my name is Chris. I do $1 to $2 million in construction sales here in LA. I am a salesman looking to go ahead and help people out in Florida and see if I can storm chase and do the same thing that I'm currently doing now, which is just selling residential construction company. And here's the thing, when you become valuable, when you actually bring value to somebody and you can be an asset, you can practically go anywhere. And I learned the skill, which is selling, that can literally take me anywhere I want. Selling is a skill that no one can take away from me. It's built in my heart, it's built in my body, it's built in my mind, and I can take this anywhere I go. And that's really one of the reasons why I don't believe that I'll ever be broke, because I have this high income skill. So once I wrote that post, I had a bunch of people reaching out to me. They interviewed me to see if I knew what I was talking about. I interviewed them to see if they were legit, and I really brought it down to like three companies, and I'll make another video why I didn't choose which company. To be quite honest with you, I just went with my gut. I didn't know whether I was making the right decision. I just randomly chose one that I felt was the best option for me. And I'm currently here for a week now and I'm still figuring it out, but ever since then they've been really helpful. They've given me everything that I have. I mean, just this, where this video is being taken, this is their company car. I'm literally making this video in the company car. They gave me housing. I'm being taken care of like they promised me. Now, whether the money's all good or not, that is still something that we're trying to figure out, because it is still very, very soon. And that's really it. Just go on Facebook groups, build the community, go into your community and build some friends and just interview people. So the process of moving to another state, it's fairly quite easy. All you really have to worry about is the emotional side of leaving everything behind, and can you find a job quick enough, and can you find a place to live? If you can answer those questions fairly easily, then the move is really nothing. And one of the things you might be asking yourself, which is what I ask myself every single day that I've been out here, is whether this move was worth it. Because to be quite honest with you, my life in LA was amazing. I had it built for myself. I was really just bored and I wanted to change things up. I've only been here for a week and I'll have to say that it's been an adventure every single day. I'm not saying that everything's been nice, because it hasn't. I've been working like a dog every single day and it's crazy, but it has been life-changing. I've met incredible people. I'm working the way I'm supposed to be working, and it's still fairly the beginning. Really, the only thing that's gonna keep me in Florida is in the fact that the money's really as good as they say it is. I mean, I've been running hella appointments lately and things look like it's going the right way. I'm just waiting for the paycheck. That's it. And whether this thing works out or not, at least it made my life not boring. So if you want to get anything out of this video, I'll leave you with this. Life will get repetitive, sometimes even boring. It is your responsibility to do something about it. No one is stopping you from living the life that you deserve. So take a chance and live your life. What's the worst thing that can happen? You just go back to how you were living? Or maybe it can get really bad because you still haven't hit the like button or the subscribe button. Like I said, it does help me out quite a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, so please, if you can. Either way, I hope this video brought you some value and it encouraged you to actually check out these Facebook groups. Trust me, there's a community for everyone. Just go ahead and look things you like in the job that you're currently in, and build a community around yourself, because that's what's important in life, community. So besides that, guys, I'll see you guys next time.